Yes, this is indeed our. This is indeed. Hello. Yes, this is indeed a marvelous first time of a kind event. Let us give support to our sponsors, the Memorial Funeral Home, the sponsorship. It's very, very impactful, and here we are at the Canaan government, at the Canaan Park, and we are witnessing the march past of schools in Marietta and its outskirts. Let us join in thanking our sponsors, thanking the schools for participating in this most first of a kind event. It is indeed great. It's marvelous. We are thankful for the Ministry of Education who would have made this possible, and all the team on board. At this time, we will still concentrate on the march past, the colors coordinating, and the joy in the hearts of the participants to be part of this first of a kind event. Thanks to all who have played a very important role in ensuring this event that it can be a reality today. Today marks history for us in Marietta, and by extension, the Ministry of Education and all nation builders who from time to time will come up with useful ideas to ensure our children gain the necessary expertise to come out into recognizable male and female, and to make their country, their parents, and everyone proud. This is indeed a nice initiative. Once again, we must compliment one and all our parliamentary representative, members of FIFA, our Minister of Sports, major sponsorship coming back again to Memorial Funeral Home, who would have done an excellent task in ensuring us having all the facilities that we have need of to make this event a success. The children need experiences like this as we look keenly at the schools and how the students are anxious to be part of this competition, this event. Thanks to all the head teachers, the sports personnel, for doing an excellent task. Indeed, the pedagogy of learning is not only confined to classroom setting, but it also broadens its scope in sports and culture, because all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So we are here today and we are capturing within the pedagogy of learning, child or children learning, sports. Today, sports, we embrace all the nation builders again who would have played an important role in ensuring that this event today is a reality. We continue to look as they assemble themselves together so that we can have the official opening of this event. Our spectators, welcome. We welcome all, one and all, to this event. Very soon we will have the official opening, and we're here. I'd like to acknowledge the Honorable Minister of the Minister Parliamentary Representative, Honorable Jimmy Price. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Yes, and we're happy to see what is going on here today. Also, we have coming in other known personals within the political arena. Yes, they are here visiting. We welcome one and all to this event. Mr. Wiley, Mariaqua, a place where we embrace enhancement of mind and we work together for the common cause. Yes, we are here for the purpose of celebrating this event. An event that we look forward to. It's the first of its kind. And thumbs up to our parliamentary representative who is responsible for the constituency. We'd like to thank him very much for his hard work. We'd like to thank all our sponsors, all our personnel who would have played an important role in ensuring that this event today is a reality. Date 4th of April 2022. Today will be recorded in history, first of its kind. Once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the support as we are about to have the official opening of this, our event. At this time, let us give our undivided attention to the program and what is on the agenda. We have our opening prayer by one of our goodly player, Mr. Archibald, Mr. Hazel.
Go ahead as you pray. Please go ahead as you pray. Heavenly Father God, I just want to thank you for this day of this event. I pray as we endeavor into this tournament, the school tournament, that it will be successful, not only for the players to have their own manner of playing, but help them to play as a team, help them to build discipline as they play. I pray that throughout the tournament as they play, you will protect them and help them to be covered from any major injuries. I pray that you may continue to bless and keep us all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hazel. Now that we have invited the presence of the Most High in our midst, we would like to stand at attention and sing the national anthem. Very much. At this time, we'll continue by having the open remarks given by the President of the Mariupol Football Association, Mr. Josiah Descent. Let us give Mr. Descent a round of applause for all the hard task and effort that he makes from time to time in ensuring that sports and culture in Mariupol is sustained. Mr. Dason.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to Almighty Yahweh for bringing me this closer to this event. It was very challenging dealing with all the logistics, and I must say thanks to Almighty Yahweh. I must also say, Master of Ceremony, I'd like to say welcome Minister Prince, our area representative, Minister of Sports, Mr. Stevenson, our President of the Football Federation, Mr. Carl Dixon, also our principals, the various schools that is here this afternoon, this morning representing, our sponsor, Mr. The Silver Memorial Funeral Home, staff that you see over there, youthful staff under the age of 18, who is coordinating this event when I'm not here, the police officers, and also the staff from the NBC Radio. Say pleasant good morning. Not forgetting our band here, who's been playing some good music, I must say good music this morning. You understand? And they're representing the Memorial Funeral Home, who I could always say in Compton has made this venture a historical one. And I'm very proud of it. Now, this venture really started last year when I was at Canaan. I was on vacation. My daughter and I, we went down that side and I wanted to form a female team. So I said to my daughter, Brielle, that is going to form a female team. So we set up down there with some cones, we did a flyer, and just as we started, nobody came. She started to say, Daddy, where is it that nobody is coming? I said, I don't know. So we started to pack up, then 4 young ladies with a parent came in and they say, Officer Jason, you know, we saw your flyer when we were late. And then I started to take a photo from there. And one day, I was at the park training the girls. I had 20-something girls at the time. And then I had 45 kids right there at 70-something, right in my presence training. And I said to myself, this is not no normal thing. You understand? If your Heavenly Father bless you with a talent, you have to really push it out. And then I continue on this venture, and I break up my youngsters there, and I said, watch, 20 for you, you control this. 20 for you, you control this. And as we go, a morning, I got up 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had some stuff that I did a fundraiser for. And I said to myself, I have 10 balls, I have 5 schools. How can I share these stuff? And I went around, I gave each school 2 balls. I gave them cones. And I received a call 3 o'clock in the morning from Memorial Funeral Home, Mr. Stephen De Silva, who tell me, Mr. Jason, how can we be of assistance to you? I said, well, what you can do is that we have an initiative to bring back primary school football within the Miracle and the outskirts. And he said, how much will it cost? You know, at the time I was at work, so I guess I figured, I said $4,000. So I dropped the invoice at Memorial at 8:30 when I dropped my daughter to school. And at 10:30 he called me and said, Mr. Jason, the check is ready. I was so happy. You understand? I went and I put this check to Basim at the store, and then I went and I called the flat. And then we made the venture started happen. As we go along, I remember going to school, you know, we had the Gregs, we had the Belmont and so on. I said, boy, I can't forget my neighbors. Not because I'm in Maraqua, I can't forget my people on the outskirts. So I went to the schools, talked to the principals, and they said, okay, there's no balls in the school, there's no coach. So I said, okay, we're going to give something. We got a little, but we're going to give. So as we gave, Mr. De Silva called me again, he said, Mr. Jason, what do you need again? I said, well, I need more uniforms for more schools. So I went around and gave me another check. We donated more uniforms. And this is what you see in here. This is not only something that I want to do, it's a passion I have. From 16 years old, I've been doing this, right? And this is something I've been doing over for 20-something years. You will not see the impact as you go along, but now you're seeing it because one, what is happening is that you start to see the true person. Not somebody who is pretending to love people. Not somebody who is pretending to do something for fame. But somebody who is genuinely concerned about youth. In the Miracle era and on the outskirts. Right? So, I could say a lot, but as you see, I already established what I wanted to say. And that's, we here, we want to push youth. We want to see, and Mr. De Silva is on board, that on May the 4th, you're going to see the force in Miracle and around Timinsu, the Memorial Funeral Home Youth Soccer Academy, all with the help of Mr. De Silva, who's going to donate balls, who's going to donate cones. So we're going to put a system in place whereby coaches going to come here and the kids could get the necessary coaching. And then these same coach could go into school and assist. And for the end in August, I always say in August, we're going to get the first female equal tournament in Maraqua. And we're going to bring in more schools because this is of 8. So you know, next time we're going to be 16. Put your part on it, part of that. Next time we're going to see 16 teams there. So I just want to say thanks, and I just want to tell everybody, you know, support the initiative. It's a very good initiative, and the youths are the future. Any little assistance you could give us from the Morocco Football Association. We are willing and we are here to accept it. Do have a blessed and productive day and enjoy the ceremony as they go along.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dason. He spoke with a passion. Yes, we are happy to have great minds like you to work along with the ministries, to work along with the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and to work along with value stakeholders who would have made your thoughtful idea a reality. Once again, thank you. We'll continue by giving way to the President of the St. Vincent Football Federation, Mr. Carl Dixon. At this time, it's my pleasure to hand the mic over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and it is a real pleasure to be in the Morocco Valley this morning. I am extremely well aware of the humidity that we face today, so I'm not going to keep you too long. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister of Sport, Mr. Stevenson, his senior, the Honorable Minister of Health and representative for the Morocco area, Mr. Sinclair Jimmy Prince. I assume you would like me to say Uncle Jimmy, but this is not the right place for that. I also recognize former representative Mr. Wiley, who is present at these proceedings, and I would especially like to acknowledge the presence of the organizing committee of this particular event, which is chaired by Mr. Josiah Dason, an executive member of the St. Vincent Grenadines Football Federation. Okay, I see as well in our midst an esteemed coach that has been certified through our own initiative, Mr. Carlton Denny, who works quite well with children. He has been doing that for a number of years, and I recognize his signature on this particular event. The Morocco Valley has always produced quite a number of interesting talent for our teams. I distinctly remember seeing Mr. Alan Poppy Guy fly his straight at this same venue many years ago. He incidentally was one of the top strikers that St. Vincent and the Grenadines produced. And amongst the gathering here now, I am assuming that we're going to be producing quite a number of Halloween guys. So I've always recognized that football is the most colorful sport ever. And today we see a display that just cements that particular thought. I recognize that for an initiative like this to happen, there must be stakeholders who are willing and dedicated to commit their time and effort to get this done. And once that has been established, we have people who support it in a financial way. And in that regard, I'd like to thank Mr. Stephen De Silva, who I assume would like for me to say Uncle Steve as well. But that's not coming and that's not purpose of this gathering. But your contribution to this particular event will see massive success for this venture. And we at the St. Vincent Grenadines Football Federation as well would like to thank you for supporting this particular venture. Now, from the St. Vincent Grenadines Football Federation perspective, this is a jumpstart to a nationwide program that will be rolled out under the technical department of the Football Federation, which is spearheaded by our new technical director, Mr. Tian Gordon, who incidentally was a teacher. Across St. Vincent and Grenadines, we will see the establishment of 4 particular zones that will cater to the grassroots football development of the nation's children. The primary setup will see a zone established on the leeward side of the island, one on the windward side, the Kingston zone, which includes the Grenadines, and the Marico Valley, which has its own zone set up. This will be rolled out at the beginning of this month, which is already started. Incidentally, I'm a bit off because I was out of the island and came back last night. Now, during the course of April, you'll be seeing the establishment of these zones, which is already rolled out for our senior players. They'll be rolled out for our junior players, our developmental players, our youth players, as we like to call it. Either way, we are speaking to the grassroots needs of football. So across each zone, across each gender, you're going to be seeing youth football rolled out with a serious purpose to developing our players into professionals. So that will take place in the month of April going into May. All I'd like to say to the players, this tournament is being sponsored by the Memorial Funeral Home, which is associated with a not too pleasant part of our living, which is to deal with the deaths of our own loved ones, etc. But it is ironic that this particular establishment is breathing life into football. And we really like to thank you for showing the extremes of our industry. Thank you very much. Kids, participate well, respect your fellow teammates, respect your opponents, and just have fun. From Saturday of this week, we'll be rolling out that same initiative, and it is called Under the Umbrella Team, Let Them Play. So in the Marico Valley, I'm encouraging the parents, the officials, and everyone associated with the event to just let them play. Enjoy the proceedings, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carl Dixon, and we need to give him a round of applause for his effort and all that he had to say. Without further delay, I'd like to introduce to us the Minister of Sports, Honorable Frederick Stevenson. At this time, it's my pleasure to hand the mic over to you, sir, comrade, for a well cut out task that is yours to have.
Thank you very much. This is Master of Ceremonies, my colleague Minister Sinclair Jimmy Prince. I recognize the former MP for this area, Brother Bernard Wiley, the principals and head teachers of the primary schools who are here this morning, the string band, the students, the children who are here for this very important activity. And we have been recording by Cap, and his wife is here with him, and NBC Radio 705. I greet you this morning. I know you've been standing in the sun for a little while and you're getting restless because you want to play. You want to enjoy yourselves today and for the rest of the tournament. As the Minister of Sports here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I'm very delighted to be here with you this morning because as part of the mandate of the Department of Sports, developing young minds to various sporting disciplines is what we're tasked to do. And so I'm happy to be here this morning and to say thanks to the organizers of this important activity now that school is on break, and to get you away from your tablets and your cell phones to get you actively involved in some aspect of sports. And I want to commend the organizers for this. I was just telling my colleague Minister Prince that just last week I had a telephone conversation with one of two of our
nationals who have been involved in sports development and football over the many years, Desmond Morris. In terms of him wanting to be involved in grassroots development for football in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He sent me an email yesterday while I was at the cricket. I didn't get a chance to look at it until this morning when I got here. And the same idea that Jason and his organizing committee has is what Des wants to do with the Ministry of Sports, and we're happy. And I tell him that I am on board with him with that, and anything he wants the department and the Ministry of Sports to do, we'll be happy so to do. So this morning, the Ministry of Sports will also be rolling out the grassroots program in collaboration with the St. Vincent Grenadines Football Federation, and we are happy for that because I have been working together with Carl, the President of Football, since I became the Minister, and we have a good working relationship, and I want to thank Carl. Just to remind us that later on this week we have a football match at Annesville Playfield, our female football team, and the female football team from the BVI will be playing on the 6th. That's Wednesday coming. So I'm hopeful that some of the students will get a chance to go down to Annesville to see our female national team play. I'm happy also to see quite a number of young girls here this morning who are participating in this activity. I want you to put your hands together for them because we are developing sports, not gender bias, but in a sense that all our children can become actively involved in the sport of football. Later on this month, at the Annesville Sporting Complex, we're going to have the male netball tournament, the first of its kind in the Caribbean. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is going to host that. There was supposed to be 13 teams participating, but some of them, due to the COVID, had to drop out. That is something that we have to look forward to also. Once again, I'm happy to be here with you this morning in Canaan and to be a part of the activity that we're going to see here today. Once again, thanks to the organizers, and I hope that next year's tournament we will see many and many more children participating. I will ensure that the Bible Methodist School comes on board. We have Argyle Primary. I'm going to ensure that New Prospect come on board, Stubbs Primary and Calder Primary come on board for next year's tournament. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Stevenson, our Minister of Sports. That was a mouthful, and we are happy to hear what you have in mind for sports and its development. At this time, I'd like to introduce our area representative and Minister of Health, Honorable St. Clair Prince. I want to be able to say I'm indeed happy to be associated with this minister and all the work he has been doing in Mariaqua in areas of sports and all other areas as the need arises. Minister Prince, it's my pleasure to give you this mic.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jason. Minister Stevenson, Minister of Sports, members of the Football Federation President, Mr. Carl Dixon. Memorial Funeral Home, Mr. Steve De Silva. And also I see Ashley Samuel here too, the partner. Principals, and as I mentioned principals, let me just take this moment to wish our sincerest condolences to the principal of the Maricopa Government School, having lost a loved one in a freak incident yesterday. And we wish you all the strength in the world to go through this period, Sister Burke. Students, other stakeholders, good morning. I promise you it won't be long. I'd just like first of all to say up front how happy I am that Mr. Desant of the Maricopa Sports Association has taken this initiative to ensure that there is a football tournament amongst the primary schools in the valley and just outside of the valley. We know that when we start sports at a young age, the children will grow up to remember it and to take part in it throughout their lives. Not only will they go on to play international sports, but also playing sports is an important ingredient in their upbringing. I'm happy that Greg's is with us because we've always had Greg's with us. We have adopted Greg's in Maricopa for a long time. In the Maricopa Sports Association, we have had Greg's representing Mespo United in the past. I'd just like to mention also that the people who are sponsoring, at the same time, when I talk about sponsoring and people involved in Maricopa Sports, I see Mr. Bernard Weil in the back. I forgot to mention him at the beginning. Bernard has been involved in sports here at Canaan for a long time. Thank you very much, Bernard, for coming. I'm saying that two of the people who are responsible for the sponsorship of this initiative, Steve De Silva and Ashley Samuel of Memorial, they played on this park here, not just as players, but equally as administrators in the sport. So therefore, they're happy, I am sure, to come back to Canaan to be able to ensure that football is played at Canaan at this level once again. We have tried from a government level to develop sport in the valley. If you notice that we have done some repair work to this particular park, in the pavilions, etc. And the National Lottery, who has responsibility for the maintenance of the park, has said that they will continue to do work here as soon as they are able. At the moment, we are developing the Stone Mill area into a multi-sport facility for those children who live in that area. And those of you who go down to Glenside will see what we are doing there. And I'd like to say to the Evesham Primary School, I know you've been playing in the schoolyard for years now, and that is not good. We have developed also a playing field, a very nice playing field at Evesham, at the Windsor area, for you, the children of Evesham. And of course, Lacqua, Riley, Kilboney, Carrere, Collins, those villages will be playing on that park. We will open it soon, it's almost finished. We have a pavilion, we have a very nice field, and we have facilities for other things. At Richland Park, we intend to do some work at the Oval starting next week. So we have been trying to do our best with respect to sport in the valley to ensure that you continue to be part of the sporting life of this country. And we hope that your teachers will take away from this particular tournament the importance of sport, and that within your school settings that you'll be able to play as much as you want to. I know that volunteerism in this regard is dying in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We hope that this initiative will be part of the rebirth of that volunteerism that we talk so much about, not just in the valley, but throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I wish you a very wonderful tournament. I hope you enjoy it, and may the best team win. However, that is not all to it. The discipline that goes with it, the camaraderie that goes with it, and the networking that goes with it is what we want you to continue to develop. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. May we all give him a round of applause. for his timely information and encouragement to us, not only the players but also the spectators. Thank you. At this time, we want to give way to the major sponsor, Mr. Stephen De Silva of Memorial Funeral Home.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Protocol has already been established, so I will not go into that. Before I go any further, I will invite Ashley Samuel to join me at the podium. Ashley, come this way, please. As he comes, I'd like to say that Ashley is my shareholder in the business. The business is really run by Ashley and myself. Not because you see me in the front page, Ashley is walking in the back. I can say to you now that he decided to leave the United States to come down for this event so that he can be with you. Football is a passion when it comes to Ashley. And I said to him, we want to sponsor the primary school football competition, and he jumped on board. And before I could even think about it, the case was in St. Vincent. There's about 50 soccer balls. We have shin guards for the children, mid gloves, goalkeeping gloves, bibs, and cones for training. We are looking forward to go into the, as you heard from the president, the academy, and these things are needed. I'd like to go back and start that. I would like to say that Maricopa Football Association is part of me. I was once the president, and I was getting the support from Ashley and his brother Lance, who is still in the States, to get this Maricopa Football Association going. I want to throw out a challenge to the Maricopa Sports Association, not only to get involved in football, netball and cricket and the other discipline, the other games that will go with it. At this time, I want to acknowledge some of the companies that support us in this endeavor. As you see, a lot of water is being handed out. The mountain top water is the one who I called Alan Dean and said, we're going to have a competition and we need the water. The Kenyan Park will be hot and I need some water. And he donated, I think it's about 10 cases of water for us, and we are grateful for that. We had on Sunday issue with electricity, and I called on Mr. Carter, you know him as Bing, Red Dog, and the generator here is pumping in the back there. He brought it to the park for us. So we are very grateful for that also. I hope I will not forget anybody else who came to our assistance in getting this competition going. Also, I will not leave out Sion Hill Panside, Sion Hill Steel Orchestra. We called on them. I'm getting some clarification here. We called on them to assist us with rendering the national anthem, and they're here, and they're going to give you some rendition later on. The minister is correcting me. Vinci Gold, I apologize for that. But the water is Vinci Gold. I went to school at Alandine, went to grammar school together, and is a good friend of mine. I was in Calder Saturday night with him, enjoying some social time together. So I know he will accept my apology. Also,
children going forward. We know they are in need of other gears. And I could count on Ashley to assist me with sponsoring other games for the different teams. I want to say here too that Ashley's daughter is a keen soccer player. I watch her play soccer in the States several times. I follow her in the school competition, and she's a nippy player, a forward. She will overlap, and the school that she play with depend on her, and father and mother support her right through. And I'm calling on the folks in Marco to come out and support the Marco Sports Association. I was in it. I know it's hard work, and as simple as you see it look here, a lot of work went into it, and the president of the organization needs your support. So I'm challenging you, the Marco, to come out and assist them in any way they can. I wouldn't say anything else, but thank the children for coming, and look forward to key competition. There are trophies that we donated, and they're here to be won. In the back, you see 3 boxes there, and those are children masks that we are supplying for the children. We know protocol has been lifted, but still, you have to be careful. So we have the mask in the back there, face mask that we're going to donate to the children after the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our 2 valuable sponsors. At this time, we would like to give room for the inspection of teams, and this will be done by Mr. Josiah Mason. Calling Mr. Josiah Mason. Following the inspection of teams, we'll be having the closing remarks.
Yes, good afternoon to one and all. Love all the youths. We now line up all the children's and them to make this lap right around and come back because the sponsor have to look good. Right through. And discipline is the key of success. Remember I say so. Top Coach Mona. Everybody, the washroom is in the back. We're going to start the march past in 1 minute time. No time to waste because the children they here too long. We want you to play. You hear? Once you play, you enjoy life, you grow. Remember that. That comes from the Almighty, not from me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Housekeeping matters. As we prepare for the at this time we will give our attention to the schools as they march around the park and they will be inspected. Yes, let us give our undivided attention to the schools, the primary school, the inter-primary school football tournament. Let us give them our support as they march around and they will be inspected. Thanks again to the sponsors, the proud sponsors of this event, the Mr. Stephen De Silva Memorial Funeral Home. We are also thankful for our coaches, our health teachers, and everyone who would have played an important role in ensuring that this event is a success. As we would have listened to the sponsors, we were told that there would be a scholarship coming out of this event and all within the planning, and we look forward for such sponsorship, for we know in Mariaqua we have able resource personnel who can aid us immensely in ensuring our youths reach their full potential when it comes to sport and culture. We are indeed thankful to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Parliament representative, Minister of Sport, for playing such a keen and integral role in ensuring sports in Mariaqua today is being made a reality, this event. As we look at the schools and their colors and how they are making representation, the colors speak volume of the minds of the players. As we can see, they are walking proudly with a high level of confidence, saying they cannot wait for this to be over so that they can show their true potential on the field. Thumbs up to all the head teachers who have really assisted in getting these students to do a wonderful task and to prepare themselves for this event today. The musical instrument is indeed serene, and it gives room for some sort of body movement, telling us that our children can make it if they try. Let us continue to support our children, to support our community as it relates to nation building, acquiring of skills, our children for all the effort they place today. In ensuring that this event is a success. Okay. All teams will break up now and go back to their original place that they would occupy as the march part has come to an halt.
Yes, march past is finished. All teams try to catch the cold because we have here too long. 1 hour is enough. Time to play football. Big up all the sponsor, president, everybody, minister. Without this, the community is in mess. We have to save the youth. Love them.
Okay, let us pick up our players. Let us give them a big round of applause for the effort they made today. Thank you to everyone for support. In closing, we will ask Ms. Shallow to give the closing remarks. Ms. Shallow.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Ministerial Football Association, I would like to thank each and every one of us, you for being here, and the sponsors, parents, players, and spectators. Thank you for being here. And all health and safety to the players. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And once again, thanks to everyone who would have made time off to come here to ensure that this event is a success. May we all have an enjoyable day as we continue to look, as spectators, we look at our schools being played against or for. Once again, thank you very much. Finally, to our sponsors, thanks a lot for your effort. Bye.